Hello, families and students. Welcome back to another week of where we get to learn a little bit more about where God is moving and acting in our lives. The theme for this week is discipleship. It's kind of a long word, discipleship. What does discipleship mean? I think first we need to ask, what is a disciple? Or who is a disciple? Disciple is a Greek word. It means to be a follower. When Jesus goes out and meets all these new friends, he doesn't just say, hey, come hang out with me, or hey, I want you to sit with me and we'll have lunch and it'll be fine. No, Jesus says, follow me. The most iconic, the best example of that is when Jesus goes to meet Matthew, Saint Matthew. Matthew was a tax collector. And Jesus goes up to where he's working and he says, you follow me. And there's this iconic painting, I'll try and put it in the video, of Jesus pointing at Matthew and saying, follow me. And Matthew's like, me, Jesus? Certainly not me. I'm a sinful man. But Jesus says, no, you. And Matthew picks up everything he has and begins to follow Jesus. He becomes a disciple of Jesus. That word, disciple, it means both follower and it means student. You are a student, right? And who are you studying? Well, you're studying these famous figures, right? People that you read about in your history books. You're also a student of the math and social studies, religion. But not all of those things are the same. There's one that stands out above the rest. Learning and studying who God is the most important thing in our lives. It has to be. Because God made us. And when we die, it's God who's going to welcome us into heaven. And Jesus only welcomes his disciples into heaven. He wants people who know him, who follow him, who study him. So what does it mean to study Jesus? There's a sort of a funny joke, if it looks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, it's probably a duck. Well, how do ducks walk together when they're little babies, little chicklets, little ducklings? They follow the mother duck, right? And it's from the mother duck they learn how to walk, talk, quack. They become a duck, right? In a way. Well, you and I, if we are going to become like Jesus, we have to begin to walk like him, to talk like him, to love like him, to be compassionate like him, to be brave and strong like him, to not complain, to be grateful like Jesus was. So Matthew, for example, St. Matthew and all the other apostles, they're walking around with Jesus. They're his students. They're learning all about what it means to be like Jesus. That's what you and I are supposed to be disciples, to follow Jesus, to learn how it is that he treats other people, and to try to imitate that in my life, to try to be like Jesus. When you were baptized, you became a son or a daughter of God. It's a big deal. That's why we can call God Father. So you and I already, if Jesus is the Son of God, and you and I are also sons or daughters of God, we belong to God's house, his family. So we're supposed to resemble Jesus' way of life, his way of living, to be simple, to be humble, to be poor in a way, to understand that everything I have is a gift from God. You and I are called to be disciples, to begin to hear the voice of the Good Shepherd and to follow wherever he leads. A big part of that is going to be reading the scriptures, reading your Bible, to find out, okay, what is it that Jesus says? What does he mean when he says, follow me? Because the world always wants us to follow the latest trends and fashions, but Jesus says, you don't need that. The most important thing is that you follow me. Jesus comes up one time Maybe you know this story. There's a rich young man, and Jesus comes up to him, and the rich young man says, you know, what do I need to be perfect? Jesus says, you need to follow the commandments. Honor the Lord your God. And he says, well, I've done all of these. I've done all the commandments, but what do I still lack? And Jesus says, well, if you want to be perfect, go and sell what you have and follow me. And he can't do it. He can't do that. He says, no, I don't want that. And he walks away sad. That's what it looks like not to follow Jesus in our lives. Yeah, at first we feel like we can make that decision, but Jesus says, no, follow me, and I will bring you joy. Follow me very closely. Know my voice. Walk like me. Talk like me. Love like me. That's what it means to be a disciple of Jesus. So my prayer for you this week is that you and I both begin to imitate Jesus, to walk like him, to talk like him, and especially to love like him. Blessings to you all on another beautiful week of school.